we're back downtown, Washington, D.C. for the National Cherry Blossom Parade. It's from 10 to 12:30 this morning. It is super cold, like in the 40s, but it's not raining. It was supposed to rain and it hasn't rained, so hopefully the rain holds off and we have a great parade. Okay, let's see what happens.
Keeping with tradition, we start with the Metro DC Police Motorcycle Team and Honor Guard.
Along with Metro Police Chief Pamela Smith, we thank the members of the police department for everything they do for our city each and every day.
Do you want to remind everybody that this is the last weekend of the National Cherry Blossom Festival? Today and tomorrow, that's it. If you want to know more information, you can find it nationalcherryblossompfestival.org. Now I see many of you have your phones out. You're taking photos and videos, which is amazing because you want to share these memories and insights. We would love for you, when you post this on your social media, tag it with hashtag #CherryBlossFest. And then follow the festival on Twitter and Instagram at Cherry Bloss Fest. Also on Facebook at Cherry Blossom Festival, so that we can all share in the photos and the magic that you captured.
And there she is. Make some noise for the Metro Police Chief Pamela Smith. Thank you for what you do and for what your department does to protect and serve the people of the district, our visitors, tourists from around the world, and thank you for everything that you do. A mutual friendship between the United States and Japan through the language, the universal language of dance and cheer. Now it's not a true celebration until it's a balloonabration, an instant burst of joy and cheer. We thank Empowerment Enterprise 2 for modeling the latest in balloon fashion.
They are bringing excitement and celebration to all the parade spectators. Empowerment Enterprise 2's mission is to empower diverse communities toward health and wellness through development, motivation, and support. And here is the United States Park Police Motorcycle Unit. That's right, cheer them on! The unit is tasked with various duties, including traffic control and enforcement on National Park Service land.
And the unit also provides motorcade support for government officials, dignitaries, and visiting heads of states.
And now right behind them, we want to welcome the United States Park Police Mounted Patrol.
Oh, I love these guys.
These beautiful horses and their officers serve our national parks.
You know the things they can do with those horses.
Next, we'd like to welcome the United States Park Police, the oldest uniformed federal law enforcement agency in the nation.
Created by President George Washington in 1791, this full-service agency staffs all of our federal national parks.
Representing the United States Park Police today is Assistant Chief Christopher Cunningham, along with the Motorcycle Unit, Honor Guard, and the Horse Mounted Unit. And now, we welcome our special guests of today's parade, arriving all the way from Walt Disney World Resort, the beloved Princess Ariel and Prince Eric.
Let's take a moment to admire them as they grace us with their presence in an exquisite horse-drawn carriage. Truly a royal spectacle. Check out all the under the sea glamour. It looks like starfish ornaments, seaweed, pearls, I can't say pearls, turquoise, and coral. Oh, it's beautiful, the turquoise coil.
We
Red
are
coral.
we are so excited to be here in DC and also to celebrate the upcoming debut of The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, an amazing new stage show that opens this summer at Walt Disney World Resort and reminds us that dreams do come true.
And along with Princess Ariel and Prince Eric, the Crush Funk Band from right here in DC, playing Under the Sea from Disney's beloved animated film, The Little Mermaid. And a quick thanks to the cast members walking along the parade route with you. Thank you for sprinkling that pixie dust.
Let's get ready for some more magic. Making their way down the parade route, here comes Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Take a good look at Mickey and Minnie right now in their magical outfits. Not to mention those smiles as they charm their way through the festivities on such a colorful, garden-inspired float. It's always so exciting to see our Disney friends, two of our favorite Disney friends, right here in DC.
We want to thank Walt Disney World Resort for your partnership. Here is a special announcement for everyone. You can enter the National Cherry Blossom Festival Family Getaway Sweepstakes. Just visit nationalcherryblossomfestival.org to enter. One lucky winner will receive a summer grand prize package, including a 4-night, 5-day stay at the most magical place on earth.
That's right, hey Mickey, as Walt would say, it all started with a mouse. So thank you. And whether you're celebrating a special occasion, the vacation of a lifetime, or just a day of fun, you can create some of your most cherished summertime memories at Walt Disney World Resort. Visit and enter right now. National Cherry Blossom Festival.org for all information.
In the sky, honeybees begin to dance as the flowers clap their hands.
Immediately after
It makes its cherry blossom debut surrounded by the beautiful colors of this DC spring.
the band's hometown is so named because you can in fact grow a garden during the winter in their very warm climate. This band is relatively new as their school opened in 2021. So let's sit back, take a listen to the sound of Horizon. March 28th and March 31st of this year. But the reason we do this festival every year, this goes back to 1912. The cherry trees were a gift from Japan to the United States. It consisted of 3,000 cherry trees, and it was meant to symbolize the friendship between those two nations. The majority of the cherry trees in the district are the Yoshino trees. They bloom with delicate white-pink blossoms that create a very stunning and cloud-like effect. But there are other varieties like the Kwanzan and the Okami cherries that also contributed to the display. Some quick little history of the trees. While the original trees were a symbol of friendship, the very first batch of cherry trees that were sent to DC back in 1910 arrived infested with insects and had to be destroyed. So then in 1912, a second shipment arrived with healthy trees, which thankfully were successfully planted around the tidal basin.
And you know when the first Cherry Blossom Festival was, right? The first festival started in 1927. Following years of the cherry trees being admired by locals and visitors alike. The festival celebrates not just the beauty of the trees, but the spirit and the cultural exchange of international friendship between our two countries. Today, the trees are carefully tended to by the National Park Service, and they are indeed an important part of Washington, D.C.'s history and culture. Annual inspections happen. They monitor the health, and they ensure that these blooms remain spectacular year after year.
Now last year, for those of you who weren't in town, there was a tree named Stumpy. Oh, Stumpy. He was a viral sensation. And this tree had to be cut down as they did some renovations to the tidal basin. But they preserved parts of Stumpy to clone Stumpy. And so there are Stumpy descendants? I don't know what you can
do. Stumpy.
Yes, they're being planted in the tidal basin. So Stumpy will live on in many ways.
An example of the science and the technology that goes into maintaining these cherry blossoms.
Rolling down Constitution Avenue now is Love in Full Bloom from Events DC, which highlights the World Pride 2025 celebration that is coming to DC May 17th through June 8th.
Events DC is proud to be a World Pride 2025 sponsor with 3 weeks of events scheduled across the city, spreading love and acceptance with intention. Visit eventsdc.com for more information. Now marching down the avenue, sponsored by Events DC, the official convention and sports authority for the District of Columbia, DC's own Different Drummers Marching Band. You may recognize them from the Capitol Pride Festival, DC United matches, or Nats baseball games.
The band is very excited to host the World Pride Parade and celebration in DC, so let's sit back and give them a listen.
Japan's ambassador to the United States, the Quite Honorable Shigeo Yamada. Ambassador Yamada is a longtime veteran of the Japanese military of foreign affairs and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, my bad. Early posts include London and Beijing. Yamada has served as ambassador to the United States since 2023.
And joining us now is the mayor of Washington, D.C., the Honorable Muriel Bowser. Mayor Bowser has been leading the district since 2015 and is the first African-American woman ever to be elected to 3 terms as mayor of a major U.S. city. Prior to becoming mayor, she served on the council of the District of Columbia for 7 years. Again, help welcome Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Mayor Bowser. Mr. Ambassador, thank you.
We are accustomed to seeing cherry blossoms float by in the air at this time of year, but cherry blossoms this size? Well, that's quite unusual. So feast your eyes on these stunning cherry blossom balloons that are sponsored by the Embassy of Japan and carried by embassy staff and their families.
Now these balloons in the festival commemorate the gift and friendship of 3,020 cherry trees from the people of Japan to the people of the United States in 1912. After a long winter, the beauty and majesty of these exquisite flowers symbolize new life and the joy of spring. Thank you to the embassy staff. We love you guys.
Yes. Now, time for a little pop quiz for all of you sitting in the stands as we wait. We shared some historical facts with you earlier about the cherry trees. There's a hype man right there. Very good. In what year was the first cherry tree planted on the National Mall? You should know this answer. I'm going to make it optional, all right? A, 1905, B, 1925, or C, 1912. Cheer if you think it is A, if you think it's B, if you think it's C. That's right. Now, where were the first cherry blossom trees planted? All right, come on now, guys. Around the White House, at the Botanical Gardens, or at the tidal basin? You guys are good. I don't even think I would have had
This
to.
is clearly not nearly impossible.
No, it's
This is
not.
an impossible question.
These are all gimmies. Let's welcome a marching band from one of our neighbors to the west. From the great state of West Virginia, here is the Martinsburg Bulldog Marching Band. Now we know that fans of this band have been talking and getting excited on social media for over a year in anticipation of the band making their very first appearance in our parade. Music education is an important part of education, and we can hardly wait to see the future of this band. So let's listen for their very first time here in the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade.
Wow, this one's full.
I'm so proud that some of y'all were singing along, because I know we were out here. But don't worry, we were off mic, so you didn't have to listen to us singing.
Well, about that.
Making their 9th appearance now in this parade is one of the hottest dance teams in the DC area, the Limitless Dancing Warriorettes, directed by Nicole Haynes and her beautiful daughters. They kick off their performance season right here at the National Cherry Blossom Parade. The Limitless Dancing Warriorettes pride themselves on artistry, energy, and excellence. And dancing for us all without coats. Let's give a warm spring welcome to those who work to uphold the values and freedom of our nation. Here are the representatives of the United States of America's Armed Forces. We would like to salute and thank our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, guards, and Coast Guardsmen serving around the world. We ask everyone to keep our deployed service members in your thoughts and prayers as we celebrate springtime in Washington, D.C. Playing since 1922, here we have the U.S. Army Band Pershing's Own. They are stationed at Joint Base Meyer-Henderson Hall in Virginia.
Give it up for Pershing's Own! U.S. Army Band, they provide musical support for the leadership of the United States and to national and international events, proving that diplomacy can be spread through the sound of music.
The Joint Troops Marching Band today are the best and brightest from the United States Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, and Coast Guard. They proudly represent the ceremonial honor guards with the National Capital Region. Again, another round of applause for our armed forces.
Carrying on the traditions that accompanied the birth of our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 3rd U.S. Infantry Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. Their uniforms patterned after those worn by musician in General George Washington's Continental Army. Let us all take a listen. All right, and let's give another round of applause for all of our service members from around the world.
7 News and WJLA 24/7 Local News are the official television partners of the National Cherry Blossom Festival. And here come Eileen Whalen and Brian Vandergraaf.
Yes, Brian Vandergraaf, the notorious VDG. I see you. I see you, Eileen. Rain or shine and everything in between, Washington's most trusted 7 News first alert weather team on your side. The Stormtrooper is DC's weather station on wheels, and it's technically superior. Equipped with cutting-edge forecasting tech to help keep 7 News viewers and followers ahead of the storm. I see you, BDG. So, we got Lee Whalen in the house. Here's the Farias. Yo. Did anybody get their hands on some Girl Scout cookies this time of year? Oh yes, yes indeed we did. And so let us say thank you and welcome to representatives from the Girl Scouts of the DC region who are marching down the street right now.
Maybe they brought some Samoas for everybody. Maybe some Thin Mints.
I like
Yes?
the s'mores too, the s'mores.
Oh, yes.
There was a new cookie that Chef came up with, it was very tasty too.
We very much appreciate the treats that you all sell every year.
That's right.
Now, here comes a crowd favorite. The racing presidents of the Major League Baseball team, the Washington Nationals.
Let Teddy win! That's right. George, Tom, Abe, and Teddy with their antics. I don't want to call them silly, but you know, they have become one of the most loved community staples in the DC region. Thank you to the racing presidents. We love you. And let Teddy win. That's right.
I'm so glad you're not racing down Constitution Ave. Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. Hey! Hey, starting with...
He's running to his memorial. He wants to see how the construction on the new memorial is coming.
George is not messing around. He's like, nope, y'all can go.
George is like, nah, I've been here.
I'm off today.
This city's named after me. That's right. Y'all see my monuments? That's right. And now, sponsored by Dulles International Airport and Reagan National Airport, here comes the Pike Road Patriot Marching Band joining us from Alabama.
Wearing their traditional red, white, and blue uniforms, the Patriot Band has consistently received superior ratings at festivals and competitions, and proudly represent their town of Pike Road, which is one of the fastest growing cities in Alabama. So, let's take a listen. Very patriotic uniforms. The proud premier hotel provider of the 2025 National Cherry Blossom Festival. When it's time for your next DC getaway to bloom, it matters where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Here comes that ogre with a heart of gold. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Shrek to the parade, sponsored by Downtown DC Business Improvement District. It took 3 months to construct this lovable ogre, and standing at a staggering 40 feet tall, there is no way he will not find his princess.
Downtown DC is the social center of the District of Columbia, which is home to more than 100 destination restaurants, over 30 hotels, 24 acres of parks and open spaces, 12 museums, 7 performing arts venues, and 7 metro rail stations, and so much more to thrill you. On any corner, you're just steps away from unique dining experiences, world-class culture, and entertainment and diverse retail.
And joining us on the parade route are the Downtown DC SAM Ambassadors, providing a welcoming presence to residents, workers, and visitors in downtown DC.
They are dedicated to keeping downtown clean, safe, and friendly all year round. It's hard to believe it's been 35 years since Shrek was first introduced in a children's book. The character has become a beloved cultural icon and spawned a huge empire, including movies, television shows, toys and games, theme park attractions, and even a Broadway musical. It truly is Shrek Forever After.
And to the SAM officers, thank you, SAM. You guys are the reason the district stays as clean as it does. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And for picking up after, well, some of us. Me, never. I would never even mention you.
You mean like the confetti that's all over Constitution Avenue?
Well, there's that.
Coming now to us from the state of Georgia and making their second appearance in our parade, here is the Creekview High School Marching Band. They are known as the Marching Grizzlies and are proud to represent their hometown of Hampton, Georgia, which was formed in 1870, but only became an official city in 1960. So let's sit down, and well, we are sitting, let's sit back and listen. Once again, let's hear it for the Marching Grizzlies of Creekview High School.
Coming up next, from the heart of Washington, D.C., Kathy Sledge of Sisters Sledge and Family, and later, Asher Habit and the Quad City DJs.
But now let's welcome the DC Fire and Emergency Medical Services Department. The mission of the department is to preserve life and promote health and safety. DC Fire and EMS want you to be DC Fire safe, and they are led by Chief John A. Donnelly Sr.
Thank you, Chief. Now, from the Sunshine State, it's the George W. Jenkins High School Marching Band. They're from Lakeland, Florida. That's where they call home. It's between Tampa and Orlando. Lakeland, a beautiful place. I've been there. Their high school, founded in 1993, named after the founder of, and if you know this place, make some noise, Publix. The Lakeland-based supermarket chain. That's right, Publix. Their band director, Rad Bolt, was recently awarded with the Tom Bishop Award. The intent of the award recognizes a band director who has gone into a band program and made a huge positive difference in a short amount of time. Rad, congratulations to. Let's take a listen, shall we, right now, all the way from Lakeland, Florida. High School Marching Band all the way from Lakeland, Florida.
University of the District of Columbia, commonly known as UDC. It is the oldest public, urban-focused, land-grant, historically black college and university in the nation's capital. UDC is home to 9 Black Greek letter organizations, formerly referred to as the Divine Nine. The University of the District of Columbia is dedicated to serving the needs of the community of the District of Columbia and producing lifelong learners who are transformative leaders in the workforce, government, nonprofit sectors, and beyond.
And thank you to Chicago Wheel Jam from Search Experience. And here's the George Mason Army ROTC Patriot Battalion. They began in 1982, training with colleges and universities throughout Maryland, Virginia, and of course, DC. Here are the 2025 United States and Territories Cherry Blossom Princesses, sponsored by the National Conference of State Societies. Now, these princesses are selected for their leadership qualities, academic achievements, and interests in civic, community, social, and world affairs.
The State and Territorial Societies, along with International Embassy Community, developed this educational and cultural exchange program in 1948. Since then, over 3,000 young women have participated, including future senators and congresswomen, along with daughters of presidents. Washington Dulles International and Reagan National Airports brings us the 2025 NCSS Queens Float. Washington Dulles International and Reagan National Airports, your journey begins with us. And riding high on the float is the 2025 NCSS United States Cherry Blossom Queen, Melissa Balcom.
And with her are the Japan Sakura Queens, Kyoto and Katayama. Filling out the court is the NCSS Cherry Blossom Queen runner-up, Miss Congeniality, along with Japan Ambassador Princesses and essay winner. Now here comes everybody's favorite frog, Kermit the Frog, brought to us by Lime, encouraging you all to grab a bike or a scooter next time you hit the DC streets. Spring is sprung, and that means it is time to get outside, explore, and ride Lime.
It's not easy being green, but Kermit the Frog has stolen the hearts of millions since Jim Henson created him in 1955 out of his mother's old spring coat and 2 halves of a ping pong ball. The University of Maryland just announced that Kermit the Frog is going to be their commencement keynote speaker, since Jim Henson had a connection to the University of Maryland. Once again, let's hear it for the Long Beach Carroll High School Marching Band.
And special thanks to Park West Gallery, the world's largest art dealer, for their support of this magnificent float. It's a float featuring symmetry by the 2025 National Cherry Blossom Festival official artist Anna August, who's riding on the float. August provides an artistic interpretation of the 2025 festival and the captivating beauty of the cherry blossoms in her signature style, the artist's signature style of expressionism.
Joining them for the ride is Festival Board Chair David Moran and his family, Secretary of the District of Columbia Kimberly Bassett, along with the festival's Goodwill Ambassadors.
Once again, let's hear it for the Pebblebrook High School's mighty marching machine.
The magic of the National Cherry Blossom Festival is rooted in rich culture and memorable experiences. And once again this year, one of the world's greatest celebrations of spring marked the 1912 gift of 3,000 cherry blossom trees. The world famous symbol of the long-standing international friendship between the U.S. and Japan. The opening ceremony comes
full day of free performances beyond Japanese cultural and artistic traditions. Sakura Matsuri, the largest celebration of Japanese culture in the United States, presented by Japan America Society in Washington, D.C., brought the magic of the Japanese Street Festival to the nation's capital. The festival featured over 24 hours of Japanese cultural performances and row after row of vendors showcasing traditional Japanese and unexpected goods, food, and drinks.
We are pleased to welcome the West Carteret High School Marching Band from North Carolina. I can already tell we're in for a treat. Y'all ready? Okay, take it away, West Carteret.
And now, parading down Constitution Avenue, please welcome representatives from the Daiichi Sankyo Company for people affected by cancer. Daiichi Sankyo turns hope into possibility.
Daiichi Sankyo brings you this next balloon in the parade. Hello Kitty made her debut 1974 and become a global phenomenon. And since we are in Washington, D.C., we should use her proper name, Ambassador Hello Kitty. That's right. Hello Kitty is a UNICEF ambassador as well as Japan's ambassador of tourism. Thank you again to all the volunteers, the balloon handlers. You're doing a great job.
Daiichi Sankyo Company. Just gonna set it right, fine.
And now coming up, one of our favorite parts of this parade, roaring down the avenue, is the George Washington Model A Ford Club. With more than 150 members, the DC, Maryland, Virginia Club is one of the largest Model A clubs in the world. Of the 5 million Model A Fords that were built between 1928 and 1931, an estimated 100,000 still travel the highways and byways of the world.
That's right, Julie. There's something to be said about their longevity, the rugged dependability, and timeless style of the Model A Ford sets the gold standard. Thank you to the George Washington chapter for sharing their rides with us today.
All I think is Downton Abbey and so many other great shows with these vehicles featured. Gorgeous. Travel with intention with ANA as Japan's largest 5-star airline welcomes you on board for your next journey to Japan and other destinations in Asia with their Travel with Intention float.
The ANA plane you see is embellished with cherry blossom decals representing the support and partnership between ANA and the National Cherry Blossom Festival.
Good afternoon, DC. This is your captain speaking. Gliding down the avenue is the happy and friendly blue and white ANA airplane.
ANA stands for All Nippon Airways and operates modern fleets from 10 North American gateways, including Washington, D.C. to Tokyo. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Just as this balloon seems to be doing. It does not look like a lot of turbulence, which is great.
Our flight entertainment today is this chilly and warm. Reminds you to please leave your seatbelts buckled. Move your tray tables to the upright position. Thank you, Flying ANA.
From Johns Creek, Georgia, let's welcome the Chattahoochee High School Marching Band. The famous Chattahoochee River flows right through their hometown. And you can bet they've heard that classic Alan Jackson song more than just a few times.
Way down yonder in the Chattahoochee, the band was the 2019 Bands of America Grand National Semifinalists. And if you didn't know, that is the most prestigious honor. As the competition only brings 120 of the top bands from high schools to perform. So we will get to take a listen. Once again, let us thank the Chattahoochee High School Marching Band for joining us. I see they are about to perform for us now.
all welcome Starstruck Superstars. Established in 2017, the pillar of the community is committed to nurturing young talent and providing a safe, inclusive space where individuals of all ages can perform their passion for movement. The organization serves dancers and families across Maryland and DC and is the largest dance studio in Maryland with over 200 students enrolled. The organization is ranked third in the world for youth hip-hop dance and top 5 in the U.S. for major events. They offer dance classes for ages 3 to 18 and specialize in having a home for every level and every dancer. The organization offers mentoring to its participants, gems, to make sure that we build not only future dancers but future leaders. The family-oriented organization is known for its motto, so much more than dance, where our families and dancers work tirelessly in the community serving the homeless and donating time and services to individuals in need. If it isn't the Starstruck way, it's no way. And again, welcome Jeopardy host Ken James!
Who's watched Ken on Jeopardy? That's a final answer?
That's a different game show.
Oh, my bad, different game show. I screwed that up on purpose. Ken, thank you for being here and thank you for everything you brought to so many homes across America. And now a happy anniversary goes out to our next band. They are celebrating their 85th birthday this year, while their high school district celebrates their 100th birthday. The Bay High School $1 Million Band from Panama City, Florida. And despite the school district's Title I population, it is a well-traveled organization, having performed in Ireland, Honolulu, Orlando, Chicago, Miami, and now they can put DC on that impressive list. Their hometown, located in an absolutely wonderful area in Florida. It's just minutes from some of the most incredible beaches and the Gulf of Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now take a listen. are produced by National Cherry Blossom Festival Incorporated, a non-profit organization dedicated to celebrating the beauty and cultural significance of the cherry blossoms. The festival proudly presents award-winning events and community-focused initiatives, many of them free and open to the public.
Additionally, to support the preservation and protection of the cherry trees for future generations, the festival collaborates with the Trust for the National Mall to raise funds for the Adopt a Cherry Tree Fund.
And this segment of the parade is brought to you by Amazon. Thank you for being here at the Springtime Destination DC and our coverage of the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade presented by Events DC with support from Amazon and ANA.
Presented by Amazon, this next book features the National Cherry Blossom Festival Students Art Showcase Program. The program pairs 8 visionary professional artists with DC Public Schools to guide over 300 students on the artistic journey of creating large-scale murals that capture themes of springtime, renewal, and unity. The murals were a public display at the Tidal Basin and welcome area where thousands got to admire their creativity.
Now, when the cherry trees are in bloom, Washington, D.C. transforms into a pink paradise as businesses, landmarks, and organizations, all inspired by the beauty of the tidal basin, take part in Festival in Bloom. It's an initiative that vibrantly unifies the region in beautiful blossom fashion.
From My Little Pony, here comes Sunny Star Scout, sponsored by CSI Printing and Graphics. Sunny is curious, adventurous, and determined to make the world a better place. So the Pink Pony Club moves to DC. Parents and kids alike love My Little Pony as it inspires everyone to explore and celebrate what makes them unique. Like children, even little ponies can make a big difference.
Now, this not-so-little pony stands at a regal 14 feet tall, and Sunny Star Scout promises to do her part, hoof to heart. And making their 6th appearance in the parade from right here in D.C., the Eastern High School Blue and White Marching Machine, brought to us by the Washington Informer. The band has a lot to look forward to as they will appear in London's New Year's Day Parade in 2026.
The band is making their presence known internationally and locally, as just a few months ago, 5 blocks on Capitol Hill were renamed Blue and White Marching Machine Way. So let us take a listen to this very impressive group.
Let's hear it for DC's own Eastern High School Blue and White Marching Machine.
entertain and provide for all of us to enjoy. It's one of the jewels in the crown of this country we call America. And now, celebrating their 6th appearance in the parade, Grammy Award-winning National Children's Chorus. They are here once again, led by Artistic Director Luke Kinderford. The chorus serves over 1,100 students who perform nationally and internationally.
Later this year, they're going to perform at the famed Sydney Opera House in Australia. And they'll be performing for us here in just a moment.
Yes, if you see someone you recognize down there getting ready to perform, make some noise, moms and dads.
Brought to us today by University of the District of Columbia, singing Shine Like Stars. The chorus is led by the DC chapter and principal conductor, Dr. Alan Laino.
I'm dreaming wide awake. This is the life I make. Don't need a holiday to make me feel this way. There's nothing chance we see we dance with there's no tomorrow.
Who that is, Toby?
Thank you again for the Washington Commanders marching band. Let's hope we have another great winning season.
And the Command Force, they are the official dance team of your Washington Commanders. They perform at home, and they travel the world to represent the team on military appreciation tours. Joining them today, the Junior Force, aspiring dancers ages 5 to 17 who join the Command Force in select games and community events across the DMV.
No time for rolling in the mud today. I see the team mascot. Hey, you're playing the show us what you're doing.
See you better. All
All
right.
right, take it away, Washington Commanders Command Force.
Japan's Tamago University dance entitled Truth They've toured the world since 1961. They've been to Mexico, England, Greece, Canada, Malaysia, just to name a few countries, and of course here in the United States to share their traditional music and dance.
If you have never heard the Tamagawa University drummers or seen the dancers, you are all in for a treat in just a few moments.
Thundering taiko drumming meets traditional Japanese dance as the performers from Japan's top performing arts university, Tamagawa University, take the stage. Thanks to Wendy's. Ladies and gentlemen, Washington, D.C., let us listen. Thank you to the Tamagawa University drummers and dancers. Well, DC, make some noise, that was spectacular. And making their way down Constitution Avenue right now, brought to us by Clyde's Restaurant Group. Here comes the loveliest Smurf of them all, Smurfette.
With a rich history of hospitality in the district, Clyde's Restaurant Group. Look at the sun. Hello, sun. It's been welcoming Cherry Blossom Festival goers since 1963, and we really do thank Team 5 for guiding Smurfette through the streets of DC today. Smurfette was introduced back in 1966 and has been a star ever since. I know, she did. She brought the sun with her. The National Cherry Blossom Festival invites you to experience the blossom magic this year, and this year was no exception. This year's excitement soared high above the trees with the Blossom Kite Festival presented by Amazon, featuring hundreds of blossom-themed kites soaring like magic over the National Mall and the DC skyline.
Check out this Cherry Blossom car. The Cherry Blossom themed car is a 2011 Hyundai Genesis Coupe 2.0T, designed for both style and performance, combining the best of car culture with a unique aesthetic. Hannah Mead, a passionate content creator, brings this vehicle to life at car shows, sparking creativity and innovation. And here we go to our next float, brought to you by Metro. A great way to get around DC for residents and visitors alike. Metro's Smart Trip gets everyone around the DC area smoothly. Metro's float today includes kites and a nod to the Boston Kite Festival, which takes place on the grounds of the Washington Monument.
And it highlights the iconic Metro columns and the DC Metro Smart Trip card, which is the best and easiest way to access all Metro trains. Real crowd favorite. I can hear them, drummers and dancers from the United States and Okinawa, Japan. The goals of this multicultural group are to spread friendship and peace throughout the world and show that we have more that unites us than divides us.
The Okinawa Asa and Okami Taiko drummers of Wisconsin, along with Chin Daiko of Maryland and Imagine Taiko of Okinawa, Japan. Let's take a listen, DC.
Thank you again to the Okinawa Asa and Okami Taiko drummers of Wisconsin, along with Chin Daiko of Maryland and Imagine Taiko of Okinawa, Japan.
And you can't not see this lion. BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas, brings us this next balloon. Marcel MGM's majestic, regal, and iconic lion. Here in DC, MGM has an incredible, remarkable presence. BetMGM, sportsbooks at the MGM Casino. Check it out. You will get lucky, God willing.
National Harbor Hotel in Nationals Park, which sports a casino gaming floor with a footprint larger than the White House. This king of the jungle is 35 feet long, and it is guided along the parade route by 28 handlers. Hello, Marcel! Roar! Now from the Bayou State of Louisiana and the suburbs of Baton Rouge, here now is the Denham Springs High School Marching Band. Yes, cheer them on. They're called the Jacket Pride Marching Band, as their school mascot is the Yellow Jacket. The band is one of the largest in their state, and they were proud to perform in the 100th Thanksgiving Day Parade in Philadelphia in 2019.
Their hometown was nearly destroyed by flooding in 2016. It took years to recover, and this band knows resiliency. We are pleased to have them with us today. Let us take a listen.
Sustaining and celebrating the trees by making a donation at bloomcam.org/NCBF25.
Make your plans right now to be a part of the Blossom Magic in 2026. From March 20th to April 12th, a very special year as the festival joins in the nationwide celebration of America 250, marking the 250th year of the birth of our great nation.
Revving up the cool rider factor of the parade now is the National Capital Region Mustang Club. The Ford Mustang was introduced in 1964. Oh yeah, baby! I hear you. The Mustang short deck.
These early Mustangs are hot commodities in the collectibles market. It's their spirit of youthfulness and style that captured America's passion for freedom and independence on the road.
Hotel accommodation for the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade provided by Hilton. Visitors looking for the perfect stay can choose from over 130 Hilton properties in the DC area, including an unforgettable experience at the stunning landmark Waldorf or Astoria, Washington, D.C., downtown elegance at Conrad, Washington, D.C., a contemporary stay at Washington Hilton, or iconic views at Hilton, Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill. The perfect Hilton stay is waiting for you. Hilton for the stay.
Sponsored by Amazon, here are more beautiful cherry blossom balloons. Cherry blossoms do not bear fruit, but only produce the beautiful pink and white combinations of petals. They're the perfect expression of springtime cheer and joy.
It takes 12 people to pick one of these cherry blossoms, as each one today is approximately 20 feet tall. So what a fantastic day we've had here in the nation's capital. We've loved every minute of it. We love coming out here every single year. And we thank you for letting us be part of the celebration here today.
So that's the end of the parade. It was fantastic. It's cold. It's supposed to be spring, but it feels like it's like 40 degrees. My fingers are frozen, but it was definitely worth it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.